Welcome back. Is the glass ceiling in our minds as women, or is it for real?
Different stroke for different people. For me, I don't have anything like glass ceiling. I see myself as a creation of God, limitless capabilities, and nobody will get up from the chair and tell you to sit down. No. If you need something, you walk up and take it. When God was creating us, He knows the value of a woman. And He knows that men cannot survive without us women. So if you're the backbone of a man, so how can you now talk of glass ceiling? If there's anything, you should be on the ceiling. The man should be under.
But are there Africa-specific inhibitions?
That is in the past.
For women
Excuse
and
me.
women entrepreneurs?
You yourself, Africa inhibition, will you be sitting down here with me?
Well,
No, don't say, well, I'm asking you a question. So if we have passed that stage, we should stop, looking for mama to give us pat on the back. No.
many women find that when they're this busy, they miss some things. They have to give up something, especially family, for career. Can a woman have it all?
Yeah. It's a matter of choice. You see, I tell my friends, the female ones, that you can be very successful at the same time, be a good mother, be a good wife. If you're not able to balance this, forget it, you've not achieved anything. I don't miss any of my children's school function, key functions. It's not when they're going for one day, no. The functions that they need parents to be, whether in Nigeria or overseas, I go. At the same time, I go to the market. I cook. My cook, the only thing that they do is to warm the stew and then maybe boil rice. And my children, they know when I'm not the one who made the stew. They will tell me, they say, Mom, you're not the one who made this soup. It's not you. And my husband will be waiting for me to be able to come back and cook.
But in what ways does being a woman help one in a high-stake business such as this?
It doesn't help anybody. The first thing is that to go and get money in the bank does not look at you as a woman. He looks at you, can you meet my terms and condition for this money to be given to you? If you meet it and you convince them that you can do the job, fine, they give you. So for any woman who wants to get into this high-stake business, it's not because you're a woman, because you want to do it. And because you're a woman, it puts even more pressure on you because people look at you and say that you cannot do this. So you want to prove to them, I can do it even better than the men.
But generally speaking, do you think that women try too hard because we're trying to prove something?
You might be right. Okay, because when somebody says, Modele cannot do this, and you know that deep inside you, you have the ability to do even much more, you just tell the person, watch and see. And you go ahead.
I want to ask you this. Your first foray into oil exploration almost ended disastrously. As you mentioned earlier, after spending $23 million, you found out that you've been digging a dry well. Yes. How does one recover from that kind of setback and not throw in the towel?
That's what I told you. There are two things. First, every one of us is born with a vision. And that vision is not found in any classroom. And that vision is buried deep down inside us. It is for you to be able to discover that vision. When you discover that vision, because that vision is not given by anybody, it's given by God. When you discover that vision, the passion with which you to actualize it, you won't even know where it is. The money to be able to do it and people to help you to do it, God will put them together. So when you're looking at, if that is your vision, and you experience what I experienced, it will even spur you on. Because when you quit, a winner never quit. So if I had done that, there would not be Britannia U today. Did I lose $23 million? Yes. And I knew at that time, losing that 23 million, two things will happen. It's either I quit and my entire family will be homeless, because the house that we were living in at that time was part of the collateral. I remember my husband calling me 12 midnight and said, darling. I said, yes. He said, there's something bothering me. So I said, what is it? He said, I noticed that you use this house as collateral. What if you go in and you don't find any oil? What if Niger Delta, that, there's a lot of problem? So I told him, I said, is that why you're not sleeping? He said, yes. So I said, you better go to sleep. I have made up my mind that I'm going to go into this. I said, we're about to sleep now. He said, yes. I said, we are taking the same kind of risk. He said, no, it's not the same. I said, yes, you can sleep and you don't wake up. But you know that that is possible, but you decide to go and sleep. I said, for me to take that risk, that project must succeed. So he went to sleep. And when I went back to sleep, the first thing that struck my mind, I said, look, you have taken a decision that would either make or mar many lives, your life, your husband, your marriage, and your children. With that at the back of my mind, I said that there's no going back, and this project must succeed. And here we are today. He has succeeded. So for you, there's no time you get into anything that you don't have challenges. You don't have setbacks. If you have setback and you run away, then you're not serious. That setback is meant, maybe God is trying to tell you that you're going too fast. It's meant to slow you down, to preserve your life. Maybe he's telling you, this road that you're going, the way you're following this business, look at it. Because immediately you have that incident, nobody will tell you. You start analyzing things, start checking, where did I go wrong? What can I do differently? What can I do better? So that is a check for you to pull you back and ask you to look at this thing very well. Check, there are better ways of doing this now. If I didn't drill a dry hole, will I have looked for the person who, I asked somebody, I said, give me the best G&G person in Nigeria. They came in and they got the person. When the person came in, I told him, I said that what I need a new coordinate within 48 hours. He told me, he said, madam, it's not possible. I said, what do you mean it's not possible? I said, you don't walk into my office and say it's not possible, because everything is possible. Tell me, what is it going to take you? 30 people, 50 people. I need it for 48 hours. The guy told me, he said, madam, you have to pay me $150,000. I said, and you give me 48 hours? He said, yes. I said, done. 48 hours, he gave it to me. When we went back, 4 days after that, we struck oil. Other people will say, look, after losing $23 million, somebody is telling me to give $150,000. At the point I was down. He that is down needs to be no fall. I was down, so paying $150,000 was like, if I can have a respite, is somebody is giving you a fantastic lifeline. So, but if I didn't take that, now when we now did that, what God did was to open my eyes. Because he knew that when I came into that business, I was a novice. Today, I don't think there's a woman today in Nigeria that knows oil and gas across the chain. I stand to be corrected. Today, I can launch a workstation, interpret a map, do a well design. I go to the drilling site. I built my FPSO myself from heads up to the 3 milestones to the completion. I took delivery myself. The vessels that I bought, the 5 vessels that I have, how do I buy those vessels? I'll go and tell them to start the engine. They start the engine, I listen to the engine on the boat. I know whether the boat is okay. That's how I bought my 5 boats. So when you're looking at it, if I didn't have that challenge, I will not be able to do the much that I've done. Today, I don't need to tell, nobody should tell me that, will tell me that I'm a technical person. No, because I'm technically competent without certificate.
Mrs. Uju Ifejika, we thank you very much for your time. And we thank you for watching. Please join us next time when View from the Top returns. But between now and then, I want you to continue this conversation online at channelstv.com. And do let me know what you think of my conversation with Mrs. Uju Ifejika. Do follow me on Twitter at modelesy and tweet me your thoughts. Thank you again for watching and look forward to seeing you again sometime soon.